Chris Moulton. This is Andrew Martin, and we're sitting here with Ethan Bryant. How you doing today?
Doing great, man. Another great day of training. Excited to be here.
Nice. So, you're a new signing in the off season, a huge signing for Monterey Bay FC. I guess just to kind of start, how are you settling into Monterey Bay?
Yeah, been here for about a week now. Got to explore the area a little bit. Got to see a little bit of the city and the beach and all that. So that's been really fun. And then obviously the last 2 days of training have been great. First week's all about getting your fitness, getting your touches, getting to know the guys, and getting comfortable. And everyone's been great. Jordan's been great. So it's looking really positive.
Nice. Andrew, you got a question?
I do. You're obviously a young guy, but researching your career, I know that you started very early when you're still in high school with San Antonio.
Yep.
I'm just really curious, like, what's that like, kind of balancing going to high school and then you're like literally a professional athlete?
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy time, but obviously I always just wanted to be a professional soccer player, and so I'm lucky that I had a family that really supported that dream and that idea, and so I got to do online school all through high school. Pretty much, I went to regular high school for 1 year, my freshman year, but other than that, I've been doing online school. I still do online college classes too. So yeah, it's important to balance all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I wanted to be a professional soccer player, so I was willing to do whatever it was to get there.
That's awesome. And generally speaking, are like teammates pretty helpful for like when you're younger like that to come into the clubhouse?
For sure. I was really lucky growing up, being a young kid in a locker room full of veteran players, and I had a lot of guys that I looked up to, especially in my position, guys that helped me along. They didn't tear me down whenever I made mistakes. They helped me, and I don't think a lot of kids probably could say that in similar positions. So I was really fortunate, but you also got to go and you got to earn their respect, and you can't just be a kid there, and that's a big part of it too. But yeah, I was really fortunate with the teammates I've had around me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you're still a pretty young guy, but like we just talked about, you have a ton of experience at the professional level, starting with San Antonio and their academy system and kind of moving up. And so how comfortable are you walking into a completely new locker room environment, a new team? Are you just like, all right, time to put on my hard hat and get to work? Or are you, like you want to feel things out?
No, I mean, everyone since I've arrived to Monterey has been just really welcoming. So that makes a world of a difference. If people were, being standoffish or didn't welcome me, that'd make me feel uneasy. But that's just not been the case, and it's been really good. It's been a easy transition for me, and I'm just looking to get more comfortable as the days go on. But everyone's been great so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah, so in the midfield, obviously that position can do a lot of different things on the pitch. Would you consider yourself more of a passer, a scorer, or something else, or something in between?
I do think my game is a lot of the in-betweens, the balance. I think of myself as a box-to-box midfielder, someone who at times is going to dictate the game, at other times he's going to find the pockets and then drive it back line. So just kind of seeing what the game needs in that particular moment. I think I'm good in and around the box. One-touch finishes, shooting, dribbling, being deceptive, and just finding myself on the half turn a lot. I like to play forward a lot, and so I always try and look to play forward.
And kind of piggybacking off of that, is there one skill in your tool bag, your repertoire of skills that you feel like gives you an edge against opponents?
I'd say it'd be my soccer brain, like my IQ, okay. Just like knowing where to be on the field for certain moments, and then also my movement. I think I move a lot in the game. I run a lot and can find good areas and exploit the defense in that sort of way.
Okay, and would you attribute some of that to like you said, having those veteran guys from an early age kind of, hey, try this out, or is
For
that,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. I always like to think of myself as someone who's, you know, open to coaching and open to learning. And, you know, as a younger pro at that age, you had to be. You couldn't be closed off. So I was really fortunate with the advice, and I'm still always learning for better stuff, for more tips and all that. Always have to be a student of the game. But yeah, I was really lucky with that.
Nice, Andrew.
Yeah, and you definitely strike me as someone that like has lived, breathed, eaten, slept soccer your entire life or most of
Yeah.
it. Do you have any players or clubs just from way back, you know, that you've kind of followed really closely, you're a fan of, you modeled your game after, that sort of thing?
Are you talking about like clubs in Europe, or are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
more
just like as a more of a fan, or
Yeah.
like, wow, I really like the way that this team or this player plays, and this is, you know, someone
Yeah.
I've admired.
Growing up, I always liked watching Barcelona's midfielders like Xavi, Iniesta. You know, more nowadays, I like watching Luka Modric, Frankie De Jong, Gundogan for Man City. Like, I really like watching those sort of players. Very good on the half turn, are very calm in possession, and just very smart players. I really admire a midfielder with a good soccer IQ, good brain. So I've always enjoyed watching those sort of players.
Yeah, I'm a Kevin De Bruyne myself.
Yeah. I mean, he's unreal. Really like a lot of the stuff he does.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So my last question, I
Mhm.
guess, would be, what are your goals for this upcoming year, both individual and team goals?
Yeah, I mean, team, we got to make the playoffs for sure. That's always, you know, in American sports, that's always going to be the goal first, is to make the playoffs. But I mean, we want to win trophies. We want to be the best in the West. We want to be the best in the league, and if you're not shooting for that, then I don't know what we're doing. But
Right.
that's what we're going to be shooting for. And I think, you know, everyone around the league is going to say the same thing in that regard. Everyone wants to win a trophy, but I think what's going to make us different is how we go about our business. And I think, you know, it starts on the training pitch. It starts how we talk to each other off the field, and that sort of thing. So I think, you know, it started the last 2 days, and it's gonna keep progressing, but with the ultimate goal of, you know, winning trophies and, you know, winning games. And then individually, I wanna help the team any way possible, whatever the role is. If it's, you know, like I said, dictating play and not necessarily getting the stats, okay. If it's, you know, getting on the end of one, scoring a goal, getting an assist, whatever it is, I want to be a contributor. I want to put my stamp on the game every time I step on the field.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Andrew, you got anything else?
Yeah, I'll finish us off just with a question to have our watchers kind of learn a little bit more about you, if you don't mind sharing.
Mhm.
And the few fleeting moments you may have to yourself, is there anything that you like to do that's not soccer related?
Yeah, I mean, since I've gotten here, I've been getting outside, going to the beach, hanging out. I like doing a lot of stuff outside, whether it's like,
I think I saw you running actually the other day.
oh, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, that must have been one of the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, getting outside, going on hikes. There's lots of good nature areas, good outside areas around here. So I'm ready to explore all that.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. It
Yeah.
sounds like, you know, as far as football IQ, it looks and sounds to me, just from a fan perspective, as like we got a real keeper here. So we're excited to see
Appreciate
you out on the pitch this season, and hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you again.